Hello everyone and welcome to the 25th anniversary Sofia International Film Festival talks. So these are a lot of works of words because we've done a lot of work. We've been here for some time now, and it is true we never imagined it this way. An anniversary celebrated in a hybrid way, mostly online with some limited screenings at cinemas, but in the same time, hey, we are trying to do all the most important things that a film festival in the ex-normality would do. And yes, you can see films both at cinemas and online, but also you can, what you would miss live, at least in our spring edition, is the live meeting of people from all over the world and discussing films with their authors. So since they cannot be here right now, we bring them online, the way it is modern to do nowadays. So Sofia to Porto Alegre. Today I have the pleasure of having a conversation with Iuli Gerbase, director of The Pink Cloud. Hello Iuli, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you coming via the internet from that far. So it's 5 p.m. Right now in Porto Alegre, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, tell me, one thing is for sure. Your film, The Pink Cloud, is definitely one of the most speculative films in our international competition. So it's a film about isolation, about a toxic cloud that makes people stay at home, don't go anywhere, and it changes their lives. Was it on purpose? Did anyone tell you about the coronavirus? Is this part of the conspiracy?
So no, it's not my fault that we are stuck at home. It's not my fault, please. But no, the beginning of it, of the idea was that I wanted to explore the relationship of a couple that had just met, but then suddenly they were in a situation where they have to stay a long time together, and they wanted to just do a simple one-night stand, and then suddenly they were in this kind of forced marriage where they couldn't get out of the house, and they would have to learn how to live with each other for a long period of time. So I wanted to explore that situation, and then when I was thinking about the possibilities, I was thinking, oh, what could make them stay like that? And then when the idea of the pink cloud came, that it was the idea that it was a reason that was more surrealistic and poetic and strange and mysterious, that really attracted me. And when I put these two things together, I started writing the script, and it was a very long first draft. But I wrote between 2016 and 2017, so way before COVID happens.
Well, that's good because probably that's how you managed to actually shoot the film. Right now, it's really difficult to produce anything. Of course, a question pops to mind. Why pink? I mean, do you actually put any specific meaning? Usually toxic things do not have nice candy colors.
Yes, that was the idea. I didn't want the cloud to look dangerous. So it's kind of this soft pink, like a cotton candy, and it looks harmless and it looks cute. But then you see with the passage of time that it's not good at all. Like it's harming the characters, and mainly it's harming Giovanna, the female main character. And also the idea that was pink is that pink is usually a color that is related to women. Since we are little girls, we dress in pink colors, and it's a color that is separated for us. So it's this dynamic of the color pink invading Giovanna's life and making her do things that normally she wouldn't want to do, but that are things that usually society thinks that women should do.
Well, what can one do in such a situation, of course? But this raises a great question of the difference between an author's and artist's intent and the real context of things where they happen. Because nowadays it is impossible almost to look at your film without thinking of the pandemic, of the way that we were stuck, and even imply prophecies or whatever, although there aren't any. So do you think that the pandemic helped for a better understanding of your film, or was it actually an obstacle?
I think there are pros and cons, because like you said, people watch the film and it's hard to think of something that is not COVID related, like, oh, the cloud suddenly turned into a virus. And the bad side of it is that other interpretations are kind of lost in the way, because you can, if you forget about COVID, you can think about many meanings for the pink cloud, and it depends on each viewer. They can find their own meaning for the pink cloud. So that's a shame, but at the same time, people are relating to it so much, relating to the characters and to the story, and that's the good side. And maybe people can process some emotions with the film. They can relate to the difficulties that Giovanna and Iago go through, and then I hope it's good. For me, it's always good when I can relate to a character and try to figure some things out.
Well, there definitely are things that need to be figured out throughout the film, for sure. Of course, another question pops right after that. These people who just met and were forced to stay together, at a certain point, their relation becomes also, it gains a political metaphor, because I mean, being forced to stay with let's say your how should I put it, with something that you were just having fun with, or someone in this kind of thing, actually turns out to be extremely painful in the end. They can barely actually spend their time together, and they need to spend a long time. So were you looking for the political aspect of the relationship between people and their the shifts of power between them, which we see clearly in the way the characters develop and things between them develop, also on a social level?
You froze for me. I don't know if you are here.
I am.
Okay, now it's back. Sorry. So the idea, one of the things that is a big difference between Giovanna and Iago is that Iago, he doesn't want to know anything about the world outside. They are already living in a bubble, but for Iago, the bubble is even smaller, because when she brings something about people that are outside the apartment in less comfortable situations than them, Iago doesn't want to hear. So, oh, did you hear about this fight about this man that was killed, about what happened to homeless people that don't have a house to stay in, what happened to them? Iago, he never wants to think about that. He wants to be happy, stay stay calm and happy all the time. So he's ignoring the world outside. And that is one of the themes for me in the film, is like this isolation and this lack of will to know about people that are in a worse situation than them.
There is a presence that we also lack in the film, and this is the presence of internet.
Yes, like we are now talking through the computer. They can only talk with their family and with friends through the internet, and that is not enough. Like, I think we are feeling that it's not enough. Like, I want to hold my friends, not only to talk with them, and they are in this situation for a longer time than we are.
True. So this brings us to the point. How is the film perceived by audiences and by festivals? It has been shown at Sundance and also the Miami Film Festival, and now it's in Sofia. But how is it perceived? Is it also perceived outside of this very obvious frame of the imminent situation?
So I was happy to read some reviews on websites and also like on Letterboxd, people commenting. And yes, many people are able to stop thinking about COVID for a while and then trying to reach these other meanings for the cloud. So more than one review was talking about the repression of the character of Giovanna with this pink cloud. So I was happy that even though we are in this situation, people could find other meanings for the film.
Has this film been shown already in Brazil, and how was it perceived, if so?
Not yet, because here the festivals are, most of them are on the second semester, so we'll have to wait a little bit. So now we did United States, and now we have some festivals in Europe, and then let's see where else. But it's little by little we are doing many countries.
Yeah, it is great to do it. It's curious that a film about isolation is circulating in such an isolated time. So please tell me your next film is not about the end of the world, because it will be really awful.
No, but no, but I can say there is an alien on the film that I'm writing right now. So maybe we'll have some visitors coming.
Well, probably Elon Musk will succeed by the time your next film is on. Well, Iuli, thank you for this conversation. I'm really happy that your film is part of our international competition, and everyone is advised to see it live at cinemas, at Cinema House, and also online as a part of our hybrid edition. Please do not forget, films are films, and they're not just content. So thank you, Iuli, for sparing the time all the way from Porto Alegre with us.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. I hope people enjoy the film in Bulgaria.
Well, I'm sure that they will. So good luck, stay safe, and everyone else, stay tuned for all of the other upcoming interviews at the Sofia International Film Festival talks.